This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, JM Ryerson.
What is happening, you guys? Welcome back to Let's Go Win podcast here on Tuesday Tune-Up. I'm JM Ryerson. I think you guys know that by now. But I want to appreciate everybody that has been so supportive and continues to help build the show. We've had such amazing guests on recently, and so I just want to start with reminding everybody, thank you. First off, I'm grateful. I love what I do and doing the podcast, building the Let's Go Win brand. And the biggest way that you can support that is to just share this. Share this with someone that you think can hear this message, that can definitely, apply it to their life. So when you share it, when you subscribe, when you rate and review, all those things are really, really beneficial and help to not only grow Let's Go Win, but again, inspire people to live their best lives. That's why the company exists today, is to inspire people to live their best lives. And so first off, thank you for everybody that subscribed, people that have picked up the new book, Upgrade. Yeah, that was a fun book to write. And yet, in hindsight, looking back, losing my dad, having the business partner thing that happened, I mean, there was just a lot going on. So it's good to hear that the writing still came through the way that I was hoping, which was to inspire, to help people be happy, healthy, wealthy, and ultimately, increase getting better every day, which is the mantra that I have for myself. It's a mantra that I have for the company. So today I want to talk about winning, and I want to talk about winning the day, the year, your life. It's funny. I talk often and people are like, let's go win what? Let's go win at life. Let's go win at a game. Let's go win at our relationships. Let's go win has so many meanings, but I want to start with you. And when I say you, I'm including myself in this, by the way. I want to talk about, what does it look like to win every single day? And I've talked a little bit in the past on my morning routines and what I do, but I'm really, really specific to making sure that I take care of three main things: the mind, the body, and the soul. Now, I try to do it in the mornings. Of course, if I can get up at the time I want to get up, which is pretty early. Oftentimes it's not as early as it used to be. I guess it's about 5:55 is kind of the number that I've landed on. But what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the mind. And the first thing I want to do is I want to activate my brain. And I want to do that by doing some of the brain games that I've talked about in the past, whether it's a crossword or it's Lumosity. I just want to activate the mind. Now, even before I did that, I actually start with gratitude. And I say three things that I'm grateful for every single morning. I say it aloud if Lisa's awake and I'm not going to bother her. I say three things that I'm grateful for every single morning. And if she's sleeping, then I'll say it in my head. Cool. Then I get out of bed and brush my teeth. And then I'm into taking care of my mind. The second thing I'm going to do is this would be, I guess, more of the soul. I do my breathing every single day. And probably the one I've gravitated the most is Wim Hof, his breathing technique, which is not complicated. It's really just 30 breaths in and out deeply. Once you hit that 30th breath, you hold for a minute and then you breathe in for 15 seconds and then you start round two and you do the same thing. And if you want to look it up, go look it up. There's a great YouTube. You can do it. It takes 10 minutes every day. But why do I do that? I'm alkalizing my body. I'm getting my body in the best proper place to be ready to be in flow, which is ultimately what we're looking to do. So once I've done the breathing, then I do my affirmations, and they have grown, you guys. I mean, I do 3 different sets of affirmations that I'm putting out to the world, and I say it 3 times each time. And I've timed it. It takes me about 2 to 3 minutes, but it's a lot of words, right? One of them is I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. That one has really stuck with me. It's known as the perfect affirmation. And I say, after that, I say, every day and every way, I'm getting better and better and better. And then I say more of a financial goal that I put out there. And I do this again and again and again. So once I've done that, now I go into my meditation. And it varies anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. I'm really, setting a specific intention. Like, for instance, today I set an intention to do what's called screen of the mind, or sending energy towards TJ, my son, because he's had a wrist that's been bothering him. So I focused my meditation on really sending this love, this light to him. And there's been a lot of studies done that where you direct your energy, where you focus, it will help. And so I've asked my wife to do it. I've asked TJ to do it. And so that was what my meditation was today. Then the body. Now I get into working out. And I bought this amazing piece of equipment. I've already talked about it, but I'll say it again. Tonal. I am obsessed. I absolutely love it. Even though my right shoulder, I'm going to have replaced at the end of this month. I'm still able to lift, and I'm able to lift at home, relatively pain free. And so yeah, that's really how I get my day started. But why do I do all that? I do it because I love the idea of winning. I would love the idea of winning the day, the idea of winning this year, and ultimately winning in life. And so the mantras that I have for myself are all set up based on winning. And how do you determine winning? Well, I determine it based on how I'm feeling. What does the scorecard look like? Are my relationships whole? My wife and I and my kids never been in a better place. How is my business doing? It is growing significantly, and I'm getting more and more clear on how I want to help the world with all the content that I do, to the businesses that I've been shown to double revenue the first year. Every single company I've ever worked with, we've doubled revenue. I went through it and looked at it. And so I've got more clear on that. Like, I am going to be working with companies specific towards helping them double their revenue. How do you do that? Well, I'm taking a minority share in these companies, and I'm implementing the systems that I've learned at the companies I've built, instead of just doing the contracting or the pay to play. So I've got real clear on that recently. But that's the scorecard. How am I doing there? And then how's my health doing? Well, my health is amazing outside of having a shoulder that has let me down. Okay, I can deal with that. So instead of whining about it, or not being able to operate as well as I wanted to for years, I'm going to do something about it. So I'm having my shoulder operated on, doing a shoulder replacement, not a full one, but a new one that is going to allow me to be almost 100% in 3 to 6 months. So that gets me back on the pickleball court, which to me, that's winning. I love playing pickleball. That lets me play cornhole, something I love to do, pain-free, and have the ability to do that. I wasn't able to do that for years. So that's how I define winning, is how is the scorecard looking in these areas, and the relationships, business, health. These are kind of the big ones that I look at. So I have a formula that I want to make sure that I share with everyone. I have found, I call it the 3G formula to winning at anything. And the 3Gs, the first one stands for having a growth mindset. Now, you've heard me talk about it before. If you haven't read the book Mindset by Carol Dweck, please stop right now, pause this, go to Amazon, go pick up Carol Dweck's book and read it. Because I think she brought something to our world that is so profound. Everyone, I want them to know about growth mindset, and I want them to embrace it. And so the whole idea for me for growth mindset is, it doesn't matter what it is. If I have no idea about something, I can learn how to do it. What do I need to change belief wise so that I can do it? And then ultimately, what do I need to do? And so the whole idea is, instead of being fixed, like I'm not this, or I can't do this is I can do anything. I could literally accomplish whatever I want having that growth mindset. So that's the first G. And again, the best resource I think is Mindset by Carol Dweck. And if you don't want to read the whole book, just look up growth mindset versus fixed mindset and check in with yourself. Do I have a growth mindset? Often we don't. And I'm guilty of that too, where I'll get stuck in a fixed mindset. And again, I have my people around me to say, are you being fixed mindset? Yes, I am. All right. Let's fix it and move forward. The second G stands for grit. Now, what is grit? To me, grit means just continuing to persevere and keep going no matter the obstacle. I've been asked often, why do I think I was successful in any endeavor? And I don't have the ability to quit. I don't believe in it. I'm just going to keep going no matter what. And what you'll find after time is you're going to succeed. You're going to have wins. And that ability to grind through and take the punches, take the no's, take people telling you can't do these things, all the stuff that's going to come your way, and keep going, especially in a positive manner, you can accomplish anything. The only limitations on us are ourselves. So taking that grit and the growth mindset and you put them together and you're unstoppable. But what's the last G? The last G is gratitude. And I already talked about that in the morning. What am I grateful for? I say it every single morning. Well, what am I grateful for when things are going really poorly? So I said it in the morning, but then all of a sudden, again, I got knocked down. Well, cool. I have my grit, so I'm going to keep going. But what am I grateful for? So I'm grateful that I'm still breathing. I'm grateful that I'm able to, have running water. I'm grateful that I don't have to think about my next meal. I mean, there's so many things to be grateful for. But when you take that growth mindset, the grit and the gratitude, and you apply it in any endeavor in your life, I don't know what could possibly stop you other than you quitting. Well, that's where the G gets in the way, the grit. It's going to keep you going so that you don't quit. And when you apply the growth mindset, grit, and gratitude in any endeavor, there is nothing that can stop you. And I've seen it with people as athletes. I've seen it with business executives. I've personally witnessed it with my sons, with myself, with my wife. And so that's the formula to winning is growth mindset, grit, and gratitude. Now, is there more? Yeah, of course. When it comes to, let's take grit for a moment. And this is something I've talked about, but not being a victim and being a victor. This is one of those real important things that when you get knocked down, which we all will, are you able to look and say, this happened for me? It didn't happen to me. And I heard a cool podcast the other day where they said rejection is God's protection. And if you stop and think about that for a second, rejection is God's protection. Well, what does that mean? I really wanted that job and they told me no. God was protecting you from something. It wasn't the right fit. It wasn't the right time. A better opportunity is going to come along. And if you can keep your eyes open, truly be grateful for the fact that you get to try and apply for another one, that all the things that you're grateful for, and you think about that staying, it's like, I was told no for a reason, or this person rejected me from their life for a reason. And almost every time that I've been rejected or every time that I've failed and thought, woe is me, I got screwed here, something better comes along. So when that person said, rejection is God's protection, it made so much sense to me that it may not make sense in the moment when I really wanted that promotion or I wanted that book deal to go down or I wanted that client. There's a reason I didn't get it, and it happened for me and not to me. So I was thinking about winning this morning. I was thinking about how often I see people that would rather lose and be right than be wrong and win. And that saying has served me for so many years. I know so many people that would rather lose and be right than be wrong and win. And I don't care who gets the credit. I just like winning. I like winning with my family. I like winning with my audience. I like winning with my companies. I like winning with everyone that I have the chance to influence. Winning is a huge part of my life, and setting yourself up for success every single morning, like I talked about earlier in this episode, using the 3G formula of growth mindset, grit, and gratitude. If you can apply those things in any endeavor, I challenge you, go put it to task today. Go try something that you say that formula can't work, and call me if I'm wrong. You can reach out to me, DM me, let me know. I will gladly eat humble pie. But when you apply the 3G formula, you will not miss in any endeavor. So that's what winning is to me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Again, I'm so grateful. I'm overwhelmed with gratefulness today, and gratitude, and just this amazing feeling because of so many of you wonderful people out there that are like, you know what, thank you. Your words inspired me, or this helped me. You know what? You inspire me by saying that. And I just appreciate it. So share this with someone that you know and love. Let's keep growing. Let's go win. This is all about us winning. It's not JM winning. It's let's go win. I want to keep doing more of this content, and the way you can help is by sharing that. So remember, until next time, guys, your mindset matters. I am so grateful for you all. We'll talk soon. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, JM Ryerson.